He's still in the news, y'all. He
DJ Vlad, who was this guy?
Okay, so Vlad had no.
Okay, DJ Vlad.
Hold on.
Oh, you got him. You got him.
Yeah.
Let me read it.
You got him. No. Hold on. He gonna tell you who DJ Vlad is first.
DJ Vlad is the no. I don't have
DJ Vlad.
no.
No, sir.
Look,
No shade.
I'm a
No,
fan
sir.
of Vlad's platform.
Okay.
DJ Vlad has the #1 interview platform amongst hip hop.
Shout out to DJ Vlad. I might need you one day. So
Yeah,
I ain't
like
about to throw no
he
shade on
has
you.
interviewed everyone from
Come interview.
from
I'm becoming a
Cardi
comedian.
B
I
to
might
Crush
need
It
you.
Black.
from Nas to Mobb Deep
gotta
to
have a
Cardi B to Kevin Hart to
Crush It
Charlamagne
He might
to
come by this
3 6
podcast.
Mafia
One time y'all talk about
to
DJ Vlad.
Soulja Boy.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Superhead.
Yeah, Superhead.
A lot of people. He interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah, and his platform has gotten, but his questioning is what makes the black community look at him sometimes some type of way, because he always is fueling fire. He always
I tell who Vlad is a Russian dude.
yeah, and he's not black. He's a Russian dude. But
Russian
he
Jew.
always talks about, like, he always tries to get people to snitch on themselves. He's always like, yo,
I mean, that's content, man. You can't, y'all overthinking. It's content sales. So, shout out to DJ Vlad, whatever you doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You generating revenue. So,
definitely generating revenue.
From DJ Vlad.
Okay.
And then get this thing sized up and be real ish talk. You know what I'm saying? Jazz it on up.
I agree with that. I've taken pointers from Vlad.
Big Vlad. Shout out to
No,
Vlad.
look, I've taken pointers from
Shout out to Vlad.
Vlad.
Give that back.
But what I don't like is how, like, it was
Stay true to yourself, though.
yeah, no,
Stay
like
true to yourself.
most definitely it was one interview with damn, what the fuck is cuz name?
Who?
Is
he a rapper?
Yeah, he be with Gucci and them, but they asked him about
OJ Juice, man.
nah, like his shit be having like the blue Eminem on the covers and
Oh,
shit.
PB Longway.
Yeah,
Shout out to PB Longway. Speaking and geeking.
So
Shout out to PB Longway, man.
they
Your safe zone in Georgia. Come on,
they was asking, like, Vlad was asking PB about like the blue and the Crip and all that shit. He was like, nah, man, it's just nice colors. He was like, you sure it's no Crip? And he was like, nah, Vlad, I said it's just a nice color. He was like,
Cause you never incriminate yourself.
He was
But
just like-
that's the problem. Like, what the issue is that he brings up shit where it's like, okay, we don't need to go into that. Like, why are you
They
asking me
allow
about
that.
past shit?
They allow
No,
that.
but sometimes he'll catch them off guard. Like, the best one is Mac 10.
you can only,
Yeah.
but that's one thing
that's
that I agree with Vlad on is when Vlad
He
says,
baits you. Yeah, he
Yeah,
Vlad, he
he was
baits
like,
you.
if I ask you a question, and that's what he said during the Pee Wee Longway interview. Like, cause after Pee Wee was just like denying everything, he was like, so when did you get out into the streets? And Pee Wee was like, streets. I ain't never played no streets. I went to school my whole life. Yeah, so after like 6 minutes of Vlad drilling him,
Niggas who move like real street niggas.
as they should.
And we're not, like, look, if you get on there and you answer the shit, that's your fault too.
Yeah,
because
that's your
you should
fault.
know better. Because like I said, the
You was
Mac,
never real from the beginning.
Right,
so
you gotta watch
not
the joint.
faking.
Watch
You ain't
this
never
one.
real from the
Watch this
beginning.
one with Mac
It's
10.
gonna show.
Mac
All
10.
you dudes that flawed
Yeah.
out here is gonna show.
No, Mac 10 said him straight. Like, he was just basically
He
just
a
saying
real
shit.
street
Like,
nigga.
he was like, "Who told you I was happy? Who told you I knew this?" He was
Yeah.
like, "Well, were you involved in this altercation with such and such?" I don't know what you're talking about, Vlad. I've
Okay,
never
all
done
right.
that.
Well, how do you feel about culture vultures? Do you know anything about culture vultures? Just like people from outside the culture.
Days, so I'm just like late. So what is a culture vulture?
It's all right. Any dude from any non-black dude from the culture that's
No,
monetizing.
it's not just non-black.
Yeah.
Because you could be black and be a culture vulture.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's,
Okay.
that's
So
yeah.
what, like what? I mean, put it.
It's just
like
someone who
what? Ride that
doesn't-
wave?
who doesn't really give a fuck about hip hop. They're only using it to monetize.
He's
Like, they only
benefiting, yeah.
use
They don't care. They don't care if no one's getting.
I mean, you gotta think. Look at all these executives who do that. Like,
Exactly. No. They are
Right.
culture vultures.
Right.
Leo Cohen.
Who giving people platforms?
Yeah.
J.I.V.
Oh wait.
They all.
Nah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
Right,
not
right.
saying that. We're just saying, like, but we're tired of it. That's what we're basically saying. We're tired of culture vultures stealing from the culture, and like when destruction happens, then all of a sudden they're nowhere to be found. Or when even when more destruction is occurring.
But no.
they
Actually,
start off the
no.
tail.
I think Jimmy Iovine loves
Actually,
music.
But actually, when it comes
But
to
it's- I mean,
when it comes to them,
the benefits of the blacks.
but sometimes when those non-black people disrespect our leaders, sometimes we feel like black people we have to be on code, and it's like, hold on, you can't be talking about our leaders like that. For example, DJ Vlad, he misspoke about Farrakhan.
Okay.
He said something about basically Farrakhan was saying how let's read it. Vlad said that Farrakhan not only calls Jews Satan, but also encourages people to pick up a rock and throw it at him. But in the actual Farrakhan speech, the minister encourages people to pick up the stone of truth against the so-called Jews who we're talking about, the true Jews. And he was talking about two people in that speech. So basically, you know how Nick Cannon, he'll say one thing about Jewish people. He got to go on the fucking Jewish tour. He got to go to the fucking Holocaust. He got to meet to fucking 3 fucking rabbis just to apologize to white people. So when Vlad or when someone else disrespect black people, we just let it go. But now some people are getting mad, and even the people that Vlad interviews, they're saying we're not gonna fuck with you no more. And that's how people talking about being on code.
I mean, you think Vlad needs them people?
Essentially, he will, because if they follow suit, that means other will get in line. But because of us, but he still uses our culture for that revenue. So if our culture does turn, that will take a significant dip in his pockets.
No, it
See,
ain't.
but
Yes, it will.
but the thing with Vlad, he keeps the motherfuckers that need him
Stay
coming back,
relevant, then
because
you generate more revenue.
he keeps the up and coming artists that
Once you create that
view
platform,
Vlad
somebody
as
needs you,
as the platform.
Then it's
Because
a ongoing thing.
the bigger artists, they don't fuck with Vlad no more. Like we
don't need
were
him,
talking
though.
we were talking about how Charlemagne stopped going on Vlad 4 years ago, but he came back this year.
Cause you need.
I want to say Charlemagne necessarily.
He just don't. Charlemagne just don't. fuck
Yeah,
with
we
Joe
don't.
Budden.
But this is why we're saying for you melanated people out there, come to us. Come to Ish Talk. Come to any.
Man,
we
it's not
got good
about-
shit too. We can hook you up.
If you gonna do, if somebody gonna do you dirty, you might as well be a black person. That's what we say.
No, we're not saying
We
that
gonna-
at all.
but we
We're
gotta
not
move
saying
on
at
to,
all. We're saying if you want to
we gotta move on.
We got you.
We're
good.
talking about your safe zone and being accountable
Yes,
for
being safe
everything.
zone. We ain't
You
gonna
gotta
play
be
you.
accountable. Okay?
Held accountable.
You gotta be
Yeah.
held accountable.
I thought you
Man,
said
sound
a cannibal.
drunk on the safe zone, but he trying to get drinking, so he trying to unorthodox.
You gotta be in a
sound like
slur and a safe zone so it can be how I can be every fucking day. You dig?
Intoxicated.
Okay.
Yes, we
That's
So-
my opinion, though.
Yeah, just
so I'm gonna hold him accountable.
So-
You've been drinking too much, Slim.
All right.
Go on Ish Talk TV.
All right, listen. We got black people getting killed in the streets, cops killing us. How do we solve, like,
Create our own system. Simple as that. Stop going through the system.
I feel like if we're gonna solve anything, it's gonna be poverty. Police ain't gonna be in no rich area heavy like that.
Yeah, you touched on
In the
some deep
fucking-
topics tonight.
So I'm saying poverty. I feel like that's the root cause. So I feel like if a motherfucker had a job, you wouldn't be in the fucking streets.
Yeah, but
you
that's not-
you wouldn't rob somebody over some fucking drugs. You wouldn't kill nobody over some fucking drugs if you had a
Them
fucking
conditions-
business.
Them conditions been created, so it's
What
for
you-
it's for you to maneuver around the system. So therefore, you don't wind up in the system. From my point of view,
Yes.
okay, all right. I just look at my story. When I started robbing at the age of 14. Been working since the age of 15. Did I have to rob? No, the culture influenced me to rob because
Well,
the
like,
job
yeah,
was not
yeah.
paying. So therefore, I went out and started robbing.
Mhm.
So I could afford the luxury things of the robbers. When they come back.
What were you looking at? What were you looking at that made you like I want that?
Culture.
Like what's the culture? What you?
Hip hop. Poison.
Okay, the poison. You wanted to be you want to have the poison. But go ahead. I'm
I mean,
saying
it's not poison,
it's
but-
part of it though.
I'm not gonna say that.
Hey, hold on. You're not saying the music got an influence on our mindset?
No. We just talked about this last week when we
What?
was talking
What y'all
about the like how niggas was saying like how we look at like the jewelry and the cars and
It's
all that other
enticing.
stuff. I'm saying like that's
It
stuff
leads
that
you
you
on.
want.
Right.
But that don't mean that's what you don't.
But
have to
I'm sorry I cut you off though. You saying you was about your life. You saying you was robbing.
Oh yeah, I started robbing. So therefore, I went out and got those things. I couldn't have got those things working
The mic.
9 to 5, or working the 9 to 5. Started robbing, and that led me down the road of destruction. So, therefore, once I started robbing, I was able to obtain nice things. Back then, what was it? Polo, Spider, North Face, Helly Hansen, Tim's. All
If
that.
your parents had a business, would you have robbed like that?
Nah, I wouldn't have robbed. Possibly because the culture probably would influence me to do it. You got a lot of people out here now that would live in Beverly Hills who influenced by the culture. That go out here and cap and put jewelry on and fake.
Huh?
We have
Where you been at? Where you at? Under a rock?
We have a cousin whose father owns 3 stores who's facing a RICO charge right now. What are we talking about?
Damn.
What are we talking
It's a
about?
lifestyle.
It's the culture.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's perception and persona.
Thank you.
It's
Perception is reality, man. Where you been under a rock?
No,
Like,
but it's
It's a bunch of Largo and Bowie niggas.
yeah.
That's
why I was
that would
gonna
rather
say.
go into the city and make their money than
Basically,
when
pertaining to the safe zone, their parents created a safe zone for them, right?
Everybody
So
know
what
what
they
that-
do is they go outside the safe zone, either perpetrating, trying to be something in that. You got a lot of kids who are allowed to hang in these areas because they want to look cool, they want to go with the culture, and they don't have to do them things. So therefore, they fake it. They purpose.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say if you're gonna talk about poverty, I think it's deeper than that. We have to start. The most important thing is knowledge. We have to have knowledge of self-aware, self-value outside of material shit. That is the problem now. We're mixed. We're fucked up in the head.
So it's the music and the culture.
No, it's not just the music. It's a lot of shit. It's more than that.
Obviously,
It's
it
not
must
just
be.
the music because
How
the
you feel
about
music
mob?
is representative of
it's
what's going on in reality.
entertainment.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment as a whole.
Exactly.
Like how can you look at Jeezy or Gucci away but not look at Al Pacino away?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's about self-respect.
Scarface influenced just as many people.
Exactly.
But you wouldn't dare call this white man Al Pacino a negative
thug.
influence or a thug. You wouldn't look at Robert De Niro.
If
No. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta if you're gonna put it on hip hop music, you're gonna put it on entertainment because those people influence people the same
I was getting ready
way.
to say,
But it's got to a point where we are monetizing our pain, like our our destruction.
Musicians.
And that's
have been
all
doing
we
that
got.
forever.
all musicians
I
do
mean,
that.
everybody
That's what I say.
Musicians has been doing that
You
since the
think-
beginning
right.
of time.
You don't think the Beatles or Bob Dylan or all them?
They copy from black people.
No,
Okay, but they were monetizing their pain.
And they still were
Who was
going through
Marvin
shit.
Gaye?
All those
Marvin Gaye was
things
been.
y'all mentioning, they have in common is drugs.
Yeah.
Hey, drugs.
Like
is old.
a
Drugs
lot of
is
people
old.
have been
If
monetizing.
if you had a business, your ass wouldn't be high all the
No,
damn
that's
time.
bullshit. If anything, having a business sometimes.
Oh, we gotta go to
having more
reparations.
money
We gotta go
can
to
make it work.
reparations, y'all. Sorry, we gotta go to reparations. But your girl Amanda Seals, AJ's favorite, she posted something on Instagram, and she saw the debate,
Is that your favorite DJ?
and she said
No.
about last night, I don't want to hear no more shit about reparations, the black agenda, Kamala is AG, the 94 crime bill. We got to be focused on now. Get out there and vote. So at the same time she's saying this, the governor of California, he passes a bill, you can show the next one, about the cost of racism, $16 trillion. And think about all those cases that all those shootings that the taxpayers have to pay, and all this other shit. And then there's this other articles about how the Governor Newsom, he signed a bill signing a task force. This is in California, y'all. A task force to study and make recommendations for reparations for slaves. So I feel like that's pretty cool. We came a long way from black people saying, white people ain't gonna give us shit. So it's just people pushing the idea of reparations and the RO, like what we was due. And people forget about what MLK, the last part of his speech, he was talking about, we come and get our fucking check. And people forgot that part. They killed him.
Look. It was cool.
So
when
how
we
y'all
were
feel
talking
about
loving each other? But now that you talk about coming to try
Yeah.
to get this money, nigga. You got to go.
So what y'all feel about reparations for black people, like Asia, like when it comes to like
I mean,
how's it look
man.
like?
I mean, what is it gonna look like? What do you want? If you don't know your self worth, what do you want?
Hey,
You want some material money that don't mean nothing?
No, but
More opportunity?
no, but opportunity. Like, what's the first things that the white person did when they came to this country? What is the first thing that they made sure that they established and dominated?
I mean, that could be a theory. 'Cause I don't
Land,
know. I can't-
people,
I
but
can't
no,
speak
the
on
land, the people, and the resources.
Mhm.
They took control of all that shit and they cornered the market and they pushed other people out by force, by laws, disease, all that kind of shit. With that, reparations for me is just, once again, knowledge, and then the wealth does come in because yes, for the most part, not all the time, if we are have better resources, we won't have to resort to primitive bullshit to survive. So one of my things is Tulsa should be given back to black people. Rosewood should be given back to black people, and we should.
like what do you mean giving back?
Like that should be a black-owned area because Tulsa was the Black Wall Street. It should be given back to us, and Rosewood was a black thriving business. Give that back to us, and more than that,
I feel like I agree
give us
that
the money, and then
the infrastructure,
well, then
and
a lot of
all those fucking the lead in Detroit and Flint,
yeah.
they need to fix all that shit.
Yeah, and a lot of those white people who are in power now, half of these motherfuckers need to be tried for treason, and they need to be out of power, and then all their resources should be distributed to other people because they are the reason why shit isn't getting better. Best believe there's an old white wealthy man around here somewhere that's in those high powers that are behind it, and they are
I
teaching.
mean, how long are we gonna play the blame game?
It's not about the blame game; it's a fat game.
A fat game?
A
What do you mean fat game?
Facts.
Oh.
Facts. How many real black people can say they have a real big control of power in the United States of America? And I'm not talking. Don't give me no
That's why I go
entertainment
back
shit.
and create your system or bad.
This is true, but at this moment, can you give me a name of a black person that can dominate your biggest owners of white owners of companies in this country?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry ain't got shit on George Lucas. He ain't got shit on Steven Spielberg. He ain't got shit on.
But shout out to Tyler Perry though.
There's stories behind that. I'm not even gonna get into that because because you got money doesn't mean you got it the right way either.
I'm sensing conspiracy theory.
No, it's not about conspiracy. It's about facts. Once again, you can go by and listen to what people are saying. You can look at certain shit.
I got 2
and
more
see
minutes.
How it is. So that's what I'm saying. Just because somebody got a certain amount doesn't mean they did it the right way. You can make a lot of money
So
by being
what?
fucking cheap and
So-
doing people dirty.
what?
So what?
That's the whole purpose.
That's
but
America.
that's what I'm saying, but that doesn't make it right. That just makes it. That's some
No.
bullshit.
So you get to the top.
No, getting to the top should not mean.
That's like if I
jumping-
use this podcast to get to the top, and I'm like, man, I don't know you guys. Like, am I wrong?
It's like this. I would say it.
Am I wrong? If I be like, man, you
But
from,
that would show what type of person you are.
from the beginning, but I mean, okay, don't mean.
I don't know them.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first interview. I appreciate the opportunity, but if I be like, all right, I get my own podcast and I soak up seeds, I take juice from this on. I'd be like, man, you want to come on my show? I'd be like, man, nah, I mean,
that's up to you. But once again, I'm just saying, as a black person,
Staying on
you're not
code.
entitled to nothing.
It-
And that's what blacks be thinking, like, man, I'm entitled to this. Like, nobody owe you shit.
wait a minute. But wait a minute. Then why
You
do
can't
white?
count that 400 years ago.
Yes.
That ain't gonna do with you.
It really does because it's the same shit that happened.
Y'all
4
built
years
this
ago,
and what?
It shaped what happened today.
They wasn't giving them unemployment checks 4 years ago. 20 years
They
ago.
had
They giving them out now.
No,
You
they
put
had
files,
they
got
developed
15 bands.
They developed the
20 bands, 30
They
bands.
developed the HR in slavery during the 1619. Read the 1619
You
document.
so politically correct.
We got to go to we're gonna go to Cheeks of the Week because
Don't
that's
leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
we gotta leave because the Cheeks are very politically correct.
Right, we do shit like this. We go from
This
something
is
serious
show.
to we go from
Ain't
something
nothing
serious.
wrong with
Oh,
We do
actually, before we go to
Before we go to the cheeks.
the Cheeks.
I like
What is
cheeks.
the cheeks? What's going on?
Oh, you don't know? You don't know, son?
He don't know.
You don't know, son? You don't know, son?
You don't know.
We gonna see. We gonna see after we talk about
we gonna know.
serious shit.
We talk.